hospital on my resume. Oh, so excited. You guys, look at my view on the way to my orientation. I love California.
Are you guys here for a student for just for your orientation? That's about it?
Yeah.
Okay. Student for
Phlebotomy?
phlebotomy? Okay.
Yeah. So I'm here. I just got out of my car and I was looking all over for the coordinator. I am now in the laboratory just sitting and waiting for my externship orientation. I'm so excited. Everyone's so nice. I am now in the break room. They have me filling out some paperwork. I'm in the lab break room right now. Everyone's super nice. So I gotta fill out this paperwork and then I think that's all. I am on my way to my externship, you guys. Sorry about this bumpy road. I'm so excited! And I have arrived. There's the drawboard right there. And Veronica, I don't know if she wants to be on camera, but she's amazing. And this is her kit. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. This is her phlebotomy kit when she goes to do her blood draws. These are all the supplies you need for your venipuncture. You will stock them quite often. My lovely trainee Veronica, I love her so much. What she's doing now is we just drew blood, right? So we take the blood back down to the lab and now she's going to input it in the system. It's called receiving. And then I'm going to now centrifuge the blood. And I'm going to show you right now what I do. I am now going to put my tubes in this machine. And you're going to just make sure they're both leveled. Make sure your tubes are leveled. I'm going to close it and just press start. That's it. For this specific patient, at the bottom on the task section, it said extract the plasma from the blood and then we send it off. Make sure you wear your PPE. I just had to take a breather. I'm so exhausted. Always wear your lab coat and always wear a mask in a hospital setting because you just never know what's in the air. And also there's particles, little tiny particles in the lab. So you want to wear your gloves in the lab, your face mask in the lab, and your lab coat. It's a good day. That's the lab. My advice to you, be confident, do not say you're nervous. Just say you are there to give blood and make everyone's job easier. And you are there to learn. Remember, they are not paying you. Okay, so you are there to learn. Point blank period. And show off and show out. I know I told you guys I would be able to videotape everything, but unfortunately, due to HIPAA regulations and just patience, I couldn't film. Also, when you get into an externship, they're looking at your every move. So if you have your phone out and you're more focused on your phone and your YouTube, they're probably gonna talk crap or look at you like, oh, she's not serious. She's more focused on this. That's just my opinion. If you have a total different opinion, I can totally understand too from your point of view regarding, oh, well, maybe you can talk to your supervisor, hiring manager, and tell her it's for a good cause, you know, for other upcoming phlebotomists. You know, I just think in my situation, the energy that I was giving and receiving, having my phone out, vlogging, wasn't the best at all. So I'm sorry, guys. But I will tell you what I experienced. I will tell you what to expect in a hospital setting. On my first day so far, I got a total of 11 people. 11. And it was an 8:45 to 4:45 shift. So the girl I was shadowing, she's so great. She was so patient and great with me, walking me through everything and not judging me and literally going step by step. She gave me a compliment, okay? She told me that no extern has gotten 11 people in on their first day. And actually, no extern has gotten 11 people, like drawn their blood, drawn 11 people in a day, any extern. So she said that's very impressive. And then she graded me on all E's for excellent draws. Out of 11 people, I did not get blood from 4 people. Yeah. Out of 11 people, I did not get blood from 4 people. So, I redeemed myself. My hand draws, I love drawing from the hand, but your patients do not like the hand because it hurts. But you'll get more blood. It's like, I swear it's like a 90% more chance to me. Like, I'm prominent in my draws in those hands. Like, give me your hand, I can knock it out. Easy peasy. And we go everywhere. We went to ICU, ER, like we went everywhere. I drew from a pregnant girl and it was easy. Knocked that out. I recommend you go back to your school the day prior or 2 days prior and get those blood draws in so you can be prominent in your draws and you can show them your extern site that, wow, maybe, okay, all right. What they're really looking for, to be honest, is you not giving up on getting blood. You not giving up, and you also redirecting your needle to make sure you get that vein, because the veins tend to move, but you want to redirect your needle if you have to. Go in more or a little bit, or let up and go out slowly, and sometimes you'll get blood. Your customer service should be excellent, okay? So you want to go in with confidence and with a smile on your face. You want to be approachable, inviting. So as soon as I walk in, I put my PPE on. After I put my PPE on, I check in with whoever I'm shadowing. It's mostly V. I love Veronica. I check in with her, and then I look at the board. There's a draw board, meaning those are your patients. They have times on them, right? Military time. Hospitals go by military time. So cute, right? So they have their times on them, and then they have pieces of paper on the board with their name, with the patient's information, where they're located, their name, date of draw that needs to be drawn. So we do that when the time comes, right? So we go out, we do our thing, we draw our blood, and then we come back. After we draw the blood, we take it back downstairs to the lab, okay? And then we have to receive it, and then we leave it to the scientist to process it. So receiving can be anything. And not only are we drawing blood, are we receiving blood, but we are receiving body fluids, urine, feces. I saw a gallbladder. You have to input it in the system, and then some specimens you have to take it to a specific location. My son's so cute. Hi, baby. Precise. Hi. Hey, baby. My happy boy. So we have to take it to a specific department in the lab. And then it's just a lot. It's a lot going on. After you draw the blood, you have to receive it. And then you have to, you input it in the system. And then you gotta centrifuge the blood. And then the CLS will come, the scientists will come and take the blood and process the blood. This is so good. This is bomb. I'm consuming an acai blueberry banana smoothie. Is my day off? I only have one more day left and I'm done with my externship. I actually asked for an extra day so I can just get extra hours in because I'm extra. So I already have a total of 41 patients. I am almost done. I'm almost done. I only need a total of 50 patients. But knowing me, I'm extra, so I'm gonna get more. I want to talk about pros and cons of working in a hospital setting. So the cons are anything can happen to you. Anything. If you do not know what you're doing, if you don't, like for instance, recapping your needle. Once you take it off, you never recap your needle, okay? Immediately in the sharps container. Or when you're fishing for a vein, you never want to fish. You want to redirect to the right, left, up, down, or pull out. And if you fish, meaning if you fish for your vein and you're touching it, you can easily poke yourself with the blood of the patient. So you just have to be careful. Anything can happen. Vomit can, a patient can vomit all over you and they may have a disease. Anything. You can step on blood, walk in blood. Blood can splatter in your eyes. Anything can happen to you. That's a con of being a phlebotomist. So you just have to take universal precautions. You phlebotomists know about that. You treat each patient like they have a disease. Be careful. Know what you're doing. Be safe. But you'll be fine. It's easy breezy. You're helping save a life. That's what counts. That's what matters. Also, a con. There's people in the hospital that I was taught that they changed the law in regards to the alcohol wipe. Working your way out. in a circular motion in regards to cleaning your patient before you draw your patient's blood. So I was taught this motion. And when I went, the first time I went to school, I went back to school to finish. They changed the law to this motion. So I'm like, okay. So when I get to my externship, I wipe up and down because I was told at my school that they changed the law. But then there was controversy regarding that at my at the hospital. It was controversy. They say that you're just wiping bacteria back and forth. So the old schoolers disagree with that, and the new schoolers agree with it. So I'm still, you know, there's still controversy regarding that. So I'll just leave it up to you. Maybe you guys can comment about that in the comments below. Let's see another con. Oh, you cannot be late and you cannot call off. Like, just don't call off. I've been in my externship and a few people called off, and it leaves the person like, there's so much to do. It's not like you're drawing blood and that's it. No, you have to receive the blood in the system, then you have to take the blood to different departments. You sometimes have to put the blood in a machine too. Like, then you gotta go do your urine, gotta receive your urine and do that urine. Anything can happen. So just don't call off, and punctuality is key. Be on time or be early. You got this, you can do this. Overall experience was a blessing. I appreciate it. Hopefully they hire me. Another con, I mean, it can be a pro, a fast-paced environment, but to other people it can be a con. It's very fast-paced. Like, you can be doing something and then an EMT or a nurse can come down with like anything that you have to receive in the system immediately. You can be about to go off to a blood draw, but the stat machines for patients is coming out, or emergency room calls you and we have to get this stick, it's a hard stick, you have to come right now. So it's just like, Another con, just having to do with just safety and cleanliness, and just patients with different diseases and illnesses. You're walking in, you know, you're walking into that, you know, you have to be careful. You have to be careful because it's no joke, man. In a hospital, you just never know who you're gonna get and what you're gonna get. And how you know these patients have an airborne illness, or hepatitis or Ebola, anything. How you know, it'll be posted. The disease won't be posted, but there'll be different color sheets for you near their door before you walk into their room. It'll say droplet. So you have to wear your gloves, you have to wear your gown, you have to wear your mask, certain type of face mask. You have to wear hospital slippers over your shoes. It'll just let you know what to wear before you walk into the room. And you have to be so careful. But you have to know what you're doing. And you have to be confident in what you're doing. Pros, I would say in a hospital setting, number one that I've experienced, it's like a family down there in the lab. Everyone's so inviting, approachable, and even the CLS is like the scientists. They show me their department and what they do, and the microbiologist, he shows me what he does. The chemist, he shows me what he does. They give me advice about going back to school to become a CLS. Like, it's great benefits and you get paid over $100K like yearly. It's an environment that I see myself in. I'm fortunate because many labs, I hear the people are really mean. They can be mean, and they're just more focused. They're so just professional and like only about themselves. But this lab that I'm at, they're good people. They actually care. Like, they really care about their patients. They're gonna get your blood for you. Like, you're like, even hard sticks. Veronica, who I've been shadowing, who's like, I love her to death because I love her because she literally won't leave a patient unless she gets their blood for them. So the doctor can really tell them what's wrong. Like, if we don't get the patient's blood, it's no diagnosing them. It's like, we have to get blood from you, even if you're a hard stick. And what hard stick means is, you see my veins? See these veins? You see my blue veins? You see my veins here? A lot of people don't have good veins. You have to palpate, of course, for your veins, right? You can never just, you're not allowed to just, you can never just look at them and stick the needle in. No, you have to palpate, meaning you have to feel that vein pressing back, like pushing back to you. It's a vein there. You can feel it. It's, you know? Yeah, she's great. When I shadowed her, she let me do me. She's like, do whatever you feel comfortable. You can use this, a syringe. You can use a straight needle, an adapter. You can use a butterfly, whichever you feel comfortable with. And I'm like, oh, thank you, because everyone's different with their venipunctures. I know a lot of patients complain about having it in their hands, but unfortunately, that's where I love to go because it's prominent. I can get blood from your hands, like, without a doubt, one try. Just like in the hospital, my first patient on my externship, Veronica was a little nervous for me, but she didn't say anything. Like, I can tell she was nervous. It was my first patient, right? And I haven't drawn blood within like 3 months. Besides, I went back to my school to draw blood. You know how to get my 8 blood draws in with the students. But prior to that, I wasn't drawing blood on a regular basis. So, of course, it was a little nervous for me. But I just thought about my kids, and I thought about this patient. I thought about my children, and I thought about this patient, and I'm like, I gotta get this done. I gotta be confident. My kids are my motivation. This patient is my motivation, because without me, this patient will just be here, like, for no reason. Anything can happen. The doctor needs to diagnose. We have to get the blood down to the lab, so the lab scientists can process the blood, send the results back up to the doctor, so the doctor can, or the microbiologist, or the chemist, the scientists, they can, send it back up to the doctor so the doctor can diagnose the patient. The lab, people in the lab is needed. CLSs are needed. People always want to go towards an RN, which is great, and a doctor, which is great, but what about the lab? The lab it's like a music artist. It's like Rihanna, right? Or Beyonce, right? Beyonce and Rihanna, they're singers, right? Nobody pays homage to their writers, to make them who they are. Nobody pays homage mostly. Everybody just worships the singer or the rapper. But what about the music production? What about the writer, the engineer, the producer, to make them who they are? You know what I'm saying? We have to respect, and we have to, it takes a village. It takes a whole village, baby. It takes a village. That's all I'm saying. It's, the lab people in the lab are like, yo, they're the shit too. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It's definitely pros. The people I work with are very close knit. Like, they're good people. Another pro. There's a cafeteria in the hospital and snacks everywhere and drinks everywhere and stuff. And the cafeteria brings food down sometimes and snacks for us to eat in the lab. Another pro. I had some patients who were very cooperative. Another pro to being a hospital phlebotomist. The pay, great pay. Like starting out, they'll pay you 18 something or 19. And the pay in California for a hospital phlebotomist can go up to, I believe, 60 an hour, if I'm not mistaken. 40 or 60 an hour. So, 40 or 60 an hour. There's also paid time off. My advice to you phlebotomists at the externship, at any externship, you be confident on your first day. Don't show you're nervous. You be confident in that room, your patient's room, because patients can sense energy. You're getting into a field where it's a patient's life that's depending on you. So you got to take it serious. You have to be confident, okay? If you're unsure, you discontinue your draw and you let your supervisor know or let someone know who is shadowing you that you're not confident or you don't think you can do it. It's okay. You're there to just learn. They're not paying you. You're there to learn. But if you want to be hired from your externship site, you go in there, head held high, smile on, confident, be brave, and you get the job done. You can do it. That is my advice. Another tip for you. Make your patient feel at home. They know they're gonna get poked with a needle. So like, if you can make it less awkward, make it less awkward. Go in there with a smile, make them feel inviting, make them feel like you know what you're doing. And then when you exit or leave, compliment them. Oh, I love your nail color. Well, I hope you feel better. Get well. You're in good hands. I hope you feel better. Or, just something to uplift them. Also, when you walk into that room, you cannot forget to ask the patient's first name, last name, and date of birth. Okay? Don't forget to do that. You get a little kid who's going to keep you there for an hour because he's freaking out regarding blood. You may get an elderly person who has dementia or something and they don't want to be touched. It's just, you may get a patient with an airborne disease. Like, you just never know. And you have to be prepared. You have to have patience. Let them know if you can't draw their blood, then they're just gonna be sitting here because they need their blood drawn because the doctor ordered tests for them. Without these tests, no one can diagnose what's wrong. We will never know what's wrong with you. So please, can you please think about it? Like, just, I'm a watermelon fiend. Yeah, I eat my watermelon like this sometimes. I also want to tell you to drink plenty of water because you're always on your feet. You're always doing something. So you need to make sure you have a big old breakfast. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. And you want to make sure you're drinking a lot of water. I always make watermelon frescas. So good. With with 1 or 2 mint leaves. Or I'll just make me a smoothie. I always wake up in the morning and I get my exercise in. I wake up really early every morning. My mind is like programmed because of the babies. So delicious. My mind is literally programmed to wake up that early because of the babies. So I wake up early. I walk my little one to the bus stop, and then I get my exercise in around my neighborhood. Then I fix me some egg whites on some gluten-free bread, avocado toast, just something healthy that'll get, me going in the morning. I have 2 breakfasts before I leave. I meditate, I stretch, I read sometimes, or I just talk to myself and say my affirmations out loud. My morning rituals. And then I get my son up, I make him breakfast, and then I eat another breakfast. I just know it's really healthy for you when you wake up. You consume water and eat a lot of fruit. So you guys stay tuned for my next video in regarding getting hired somewhere. Or am I hired already? Thank you for watching my channel. Remember, confidence is key. And being nice, you'll go far. And knowing what you're doing, you'll go far. And actually knowing what you're doing, you'll go far. All right, peace and love. Thank you for watching my channel. It's been real.